Woolworth didn't start out big like they are today. They started out with a dime store and expanded and expanded and expanded until today they're all over the country and all over the world, and they're getting some of everybody's money. Now this is what you and I in General Motors, the same way, didn't start out like it is. It started out just a little rat race type operation, and it expanded and expanded until today is where it is right now. And you and I have to make a start. And the best place to start is right in the community where we live.
Greetings, my name is Celso Castillo. Today I'm going to be discussing the business failure of Harlem's Mart 125. However, before I proceed, I think it's only right that I step back and give you a brief history of how street vending came to be. You see, back in the days in Harlem, the establishments there, they were hiring African American people, and someone took it upon themselves and said, since you're not going to hire me, I'm going to set up shop directly in front of your establishment. And basically, this is how street vending came to be. It's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. This is what I call figuring it out, you know? Yeah. Harlem's Mart 125 is situated on the opposite side of the world famous Apollo Theater. It is an indoor city-owned market that opened in 1986 with a $3.6 million sponsorship from the Harlem Urban Development Corporation. The latter was the then Democratic Party-controlled fiscal agent for reviving Harlem. The HUDC signed an agreement with the city to develop the Mart since as far back as 1979. The building took 8 years to build. The Mart provided an economic opportunity to the growing numbers of street vendors that dotted the pavement of 125th Street. See, what was going on is they built the Mart with the intent to house all the street vendors to get them off the street because they was obviously affecting the businesses of those who didn't want to hire them in the first place. This is what appeared to be crippling to their entrepreneur experience. And here's where the business failure come into play. You see, the Mart operated for almost 15 years before suffering from a set of misfortunes. Allegation of mismanagement and poor administration began surfacing with $100 million spent in 2 decades. After 8 years of building, and even then still incomplete, the merchants moved in nevertheless. The promise that tenants would be trained and eventually own the Mart was not kept. The roof leaked, garbage piled up, the air conditioning failed, and the operating expense estimated to $400,000 at the time of closure. The lack of necessary maintenance and repair took their toll on the physical structure of the building. Some vendors refused to pay rent for what was perceived to be poor service on the part of administration. When the city took over the Mart in 1996, only 2 vendors out of 50 vendors was paying rent. 2. Can you believe that? By the way, this presentation is sponsored in part by Bro Ties Enterprise, the bow tie company. As an entrepreneur myself, I wanted to use this presentation as a platform to promote my business and also, promote my school. In the event that you should want to buy a tie, I can be reached at blayclassic@gmail.com. And also, donations are well received, even a compliment. Moving along, to conclude this presentation, I just wanted to say that I believe that the Mart 125 business failure consists of dysfunctional management and poor business planning. It's just a matter of one educating themselves in the industry that they're getting into. Not only the industry, but the city that you're conducting business at. At the end of the day, you cannot subject your business to solely a promise. People break promises every day. For example, New York City promised the vendors that they was going to own a spot. You didn't get it in documentation. So how are you going to represent yourself in a court of law? It's impossible. They promised me I was going to have a fixed sink. They promised me that I was going to have an AC. No, it doesn't work that way. There's this thing called getting it in writing. It's only logical. A lot of times business failure is basically self-inflicted. You just got to figure it out. With that being said, thank you for your time. Before I forget, I just wanted to take the time to direct the message to the people of the underserved community. Harlem, Brownsville, Bronx. I wanted to speak to the youth and encourage that they exercise their rights to entrepreneurship. You can be a boss. You are a boss. No, you don't have to work for somebody. Figure it out. At the end of the day, you're entitled to financial freedom. And it's just a matter of us sticking together and lift one another up. Entrepreneurship is everybody's right. Before leaving this earth, be an entrepreneur. You have a choice. You can either be an entrepreneur or you can say, I'm a fast learner, I would like to work for your company. Not in this damn lifetime. I'm not playing with them. Don't play with them either. When you get a chance, get some book, educate yourself on entrepreneurship. We all have talents. We all have gifts. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of understanding that, both sides of our brain works. The right side and the left side. Use both of that. Peace.